Hi, Luke Cunningham here with Engearment.com. Today I want to talk to you about every Colorado resident's favorite piece of gear, the puffy jacket. This is the Kenai Hooded jacket from KUIU in a size extra large. As you can see how it fits on me, I'm currently 5'10", 195 pounds. It fits great. There's plenty of room under here to layer with some base layers, as well as it's not going to be too bulky to fit a hard shell layer over it. Some of the features of this jacket, the 3DE FX technology that they used for the insulation, that's going to allow it to dry a little bit quicker than most other jackets on the market. That also allowed them to have a continuous thread of the insulation that you're not going to have to worry about poking through your jacket, doing any damage, micro holes. It might allow some seepage, anything like that. That allowed KUIU to use a stunner stretch fabric on the outside, super quiet. If you're going to be bow hunting, things like that require a little bit more stealth, you can easily draw back a bow in this thing, not have to worry about spooking an animal, etc. Awesome feature. Something else they did is use a quilt-free design when putting this jacket together. Now what that did is allow it to eliminate a lot of the seams on the outside of the jacket. That's going to allow it to be a little bit more wind resistant than some others. Water resistant. Also, one thing that I think about when I'm looking at a jacket, are there a lot of little threads that I can snag on something? You know, if I'm going through a thicket, tracking or trying to stalk an animal, I tend to catch every thorn, branch as I go through that thing. So not having to worry about little threads catching is a huge plus. Another huge plus about this jacket are some of the features. Now I'm going to touch on some of the basic ones you'll see on most jackets and then get into the one thing that made me really excited about this. So about this, you have a couple drawstrings down here on the bottom. You can snug it in, as well as the drawstring up here in the hood. You can snug it around your head, keep it pretty form-fitting to keep the elements out. Now it has your standard pockets here on the side, which do contain zippers, and you have a chest pocket here, put your map, put your cell phone, a snack to keep it close to your body and keep it warm so you're not breaking your teeth if you're trying to eat it. Now when you open this thing up, you're going to have two drop pockets on the inside. Everybody uses drop pockets for different things. Some people will put snacks in here. Some people put their gloves, maps, things like that. Things that you want to keep close to their body and warm, you're going to put in the drop pocket. Now, these drop pockets also double as a pouch. If you want to pack this up and put it in your pack, all nice and pretty, you can stuff it into the drop pouch. Now, size-wise, I'm not a huge fan of the size about stuff. Just for reference, here is a beanie from KUIU. It's about, it's a beanie. It's the size of my head. That's roughly about what this packs down to. I'm more of a fan of stuffing the jacket into my pack, leaving an arm hanging out. I can grab it, pull it back out if I need it, than trying to find a place to put that. So I would say that's the one downside of this jacket is the packable size if you're trying to fit it inside the pocket. Now, one thing I really love about this jacket, pit zips. If you're like me, about the only time you ever see pit zips is on a hard shell rain jacket. That's to allow for a little bit more breathability because those things are pretty airtight to keep the rain out, especially if it's a Gore-Tex. You're going to be sweating inside it, things like that. Now on hikes, if I start out with a puffy jacket, about half mile into it, I'm usually stripping this thing down, putting it on my pack because it's too hot. With pit zips, this is going to allow me to work a little bit harder while having a little bit of ventilation in there to kind of cool me off without just sweating inside this thing, which is awesome in the colder temperatures. I don't have to worry about that because once you're starting to sweat, it's really hard. You're going to be changing layers. So having pit zips in this thing is awesome. Now, as far as puffy goes, this is an amazing puffy. It runs about $259 retail. It's going to be on the higher end of the scale when it comes to jackets. It's well worth it. The features of this thing, lightweight, 15.5 ounces. The technology used in this is super awesome. Quiet, great for bow hunting, great for sitting around a camp. I highly recommend it. If you're in the line for a new puffy jacket, give it a try. KUIU Kenai Hooded jacket.